Here's why you should never make a comeback like Katy Perry just did. The once untouchable pop queen is now getting dragged by everyone from fast food chains to her own fans, and honestly, she kind of brought it on herself. Remember when Katy Perry was everywhere? When you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing California Girls or Firework blasting through the speakers? When her Super Bowl halftime show broke records and had everyone talking for weeks? Yeah, those days are long gone. And what we're witnessing right now isn't just a career slump, it's a masterclass in how to destroy your legacy one terrible decision at a time. Let me take you back to where it all started going wrong. In 2024, Katy Perry announced she was making a comeback with a new album called 143. The lead single was called Woman's World, supposedly a feminist anthem about female empowerment. Sounds good on paper, right? Except there was one massive problem. The song was produced by Dr. Luke, the same guy who was in a brutal 9-year legal battle with singer Kesha over allegations of drugging and sexual assault. Kesha accused him of horrific abuse starting when she was just 18 years old. They finally settled the case in 2023, but the damage to his reputation was done. Most artists in the industry refused to work with him. Pink hasn't collaborated with him since 2006. Kelly Clarkson literally gave up millions in songwriting royalties just to avoid having her name next to his on a song. Even Doja Cat used fake producer names to hide his involvement in her music. But Katy Perry? She went all in. She didn't just work with Dr. Luke on one track, he's credited on almost every song from her new album, including the supposed feminist anthem. And when fans called her out, asking how she could make a song about women's empowerment with a man accused of abusing women, her response was absolutely wild. On the Call Her Daddy podcast, she basically dodged the question entirely and started rambling about how empowered she feels as a mother because she created a heart. I'm not joking. She said, and I quote, "I created a whole ass heart and I did it." Like, what does that have to do with working with Dr. Luke? When Kesha heard that Perry was working with him again, she just tweeted one word: LOL. That single tweet said everything.
The backlash was immediate and brutal. The music video for Woman's World tried to play it off like the whole thing was satire, showing Katy Perry in bikinis and using power tools like some kind of male fantasy version of feminism. Perry claimed it was intentionally over the top and sarcastic, but nobody was buying it. Critics called it garbage. Pitchfork said it was unfathomably tepid. The Guardian gave it 1 star out of 5, and fans just felt insulted. This wasn't empowerment, this was a 40-year-old pop star desperately trying to stay relevant by pandering to everyone and standing for nothing. But it gets worse, way worse. After the album completely flopped, selling way below expectations and getting destroyed by critics, Katy Perry decided the best way to promote her upcoming tour was to go to space. Yes, you heard that right. In April 2025, she joined Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space flight for an 11-minute trip to the edge of space. It was marketed as this historic all-female mission, a moment for feminism and female empowerment. The other passengers included journalist Gayle King, Jeff Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez, and a few other accomplished women. And the whole thing was just painfully out of touch. Picture this. The world is dealing with inflation. People can't afford groceries. There's political chaos everywhere. And here's Katy Perry floating in zero gravity for 11 minutes, singing "What a Wonderful World" while holding a daisy and talking about how connected she feels to the divine feminine. When she landed, she literally kissed the ground like she just returned from a year-long mission to Mars. Even comedian Joe Rogan mocked her on his podcast, saying she's basically a guru now. And Wendy's, the fast food chain, tweeted, "Can we send her back?" in response to the news of her return. Kesha then posted a photo of herself drinking a Wendy's milkshake with the biggest smirk on her face. The shade was unreal. And then came the tour. The Lifetime's tour kicked off in Mexico City in late April 2025, and it was supposed to be Katy Perry's big redemption moment. Instead, it became a meme. Videos from the opening night went viral for all the wrong reasons. The choreography was awkward and low effort. Like, we're talking middle school talent show level moves here.
There's one clip where she's just running in circles on stage, another where she's fighting what looks like an air conditioning duct with a lightsaber. And the twerking, oh my god, the twerking. It looked like someone who'd never twerked before trying to remember what twerking is while doing it on live TV. The show had this weird video game concept where Katy plays a half-human, half-machine character fighting an AI villain that stole all the butterflies. Yes, butterflies. The plot was confusing, the visuals were over the top, and the whole thing just felt desperate. Fans online were brutal. One comment said, "She's struggling, no energy here, hope she finds her groove." Another called it shockingly bad. And the worst part? Ticket sales have been disappointing. Reports came out that some dates might get canceled because not enough people are buying tickets. The tour that was supposed to save her career is turning into another embarrassment. Katy Perry responded to all the hate by posting a long comment on Instagram saying the internet is full of unhinged and unhealed people, and that her therapist taught her that no one can make you believe something about yourself that you don't already believe. She said she's battered and bruised, but keeps looking to the light. And honestly, it just came across as tone deaf. People aren't criticizing you because they're unhealed, Katy. They're criticizing you because you worked with an alleged abuser for a feminist album, went on a billionaire's vanity space trip during a cost of living crisis, and are now performing like you forgot how to dance. Here's the thing. Katy Perry used to be incredible. Teenage Dream is legitimately one of the best pop albums ever made. She had 5 #1 singles from that one album, tying Michael Jackson's record. She performed at the Super Bowl and broke viewership records. She was a cultural icon. But somewhere along the way, she lost a plot. She stopped being genuine and started being calculated. She tried to be a political activist, a feminist icon, and a pop star all at once, but none of it felt real. And now, instead of gracefully stepping back or pivoting to something authentic, she's doubling down on bad decisions and blaming everyone else for the backlash. The lesson here is simple. You can't build a career on manufactured personas and expect it to last forever. You can't preach about women's empowerment while working with someone accused of abusing women. You can't go on luxury space trips and expect regular people to relate to you. And you definitely can't phone in performances and expect fans to pretend it's good. Katy Perry's downfall isn't about cancel culture or the internet being mean. It's about consequences. It's about what happens when you stand for nothing and fall for anything. So what's next for Katy Perry? Who knows? Maybe she'll pull off a miracle and turn things around. But right now, it's looking like the Katy Perry era is officially over. And honestly, maybe that's okay, because the world has moved on. Pop music has evolved, and audiences don't want cartoon characters anymore. They want real people. And Katy Perry, for all her talents, has spent so long being a brand that she forgot how to be a person. If you want to see more stories about celebrity downfalls and career disasters, check out the next video. Please subscribe and... buddy!